Well, the end of the traditional bridal chorus is a good reminder that many people come to Liverpool Parish Church, St Nick's, to get married in a very traditional way, although I hope in the next few minutes I can show you that sometimes tradition can be overlaid with a more contemporary feel. Welcome to this brief video to show all of those of you who are going to get married in the next few months or are thinking about getting married here at Liverpool Parish Church, the sort of experience that you would have when here. We very often try and gather people together into one space to do this, but it's not always possible to get everyone in a place where they can experience St Nick's, the wedding ministry which we have here, in one place. So let's take it from the beginning and look at what happens when you come to get married here. You will already have met my colleague, the Reverend Michelle Montrose, when you booked your wedding, or perhaps you're booked in to meet her already. She will take you through the paperwork, she will talk to you about the different options, and most importantly talk about some of the legal preliminaries. When you've seen Michelle, you know that your wedding is booked, it's in our diary, and you've got a point of contact where you can return if you've got any questions about anything. Michelle spends time with couples and she likes to talk through all the options, get to know you, and many couples then come to church for many months, either because they need to get a legal qualification and a connection with the church, or because they want to come here. Every year people get married who then remain in our congregation and are part of our fellowship for many years to come. I hope that will be you as well. But when Michelle's done the paperwork, she then hands over the paperwork to Jean in our office. Now, Jean is our administrator. She will often be the practical point of contact as you liaise with her about whether you would like the bells or the organ, and we'll talk about those in a moment. Jean's at the end of a phone, at the end of an email, so just get in touch with her. Any questions at all, please do speak to her. When you booked your wedding with Michelle, she will have given you a wedding pack. You can also download that pack from our website, and that pack's got all the information that you need in it. But Jean's the person to go back to over the details. She's also the person to whom you need to return your checklist. So in your wedding pack you'll find a small checklist to run through, and we ask you to return that about a couple of months before your wedding date, and that gives us the opportunity to check that we've got ready for you the organist, the bells, the flowers, all the details that you want in your wedding, and also that we've done the legal preliminaries properly. Let's think now about the day itself. The person you'll meet first when you arrive at the church is Roger. Roger is our verger. He's usually on duty. It might be one of our other vergers on the day, but Roger, or whichever verger you've got, will talk you through and help you with the details that you are dealing with when it happens. Now, those details could be unexpected details. He's there to troubleshoot for you. He can probably find a pin if your buttonhole falls out. He can certainly direct your guests if they've got any questions or need to find something in the building. He's there to greet your guests and to help your ushers. So your ushers will be there to hand out all the service and assist people, but they can refer to Roger as well. Roger sets up for the service, so the building will look perfect when you arrive, and he'll have put everything in place for you. And he's got a role in the ceremony itself as he leads in the priest and the bride at the beginning, and he'll look after a few more details as well. So on the day itself, if you've got any questions, just talk to the verger and he or she will be able to help you. Now, after the service, many couples like to have our bells. We've got one of the finest rings of bells in the northwest. There are an awful lot of bells up in the tower above me, and we like to give couples every year the opportunity to go upstairs and see the bell ringers at work. You can see here Len, who's our ringing master, and he is showing how the bells work, and he will put together a band for your wedding day. So there'll be at least 6 ringers, and they'll ring for at least 20 minutes after the service. It's a wonderful sound to come out of the church and to hear the bells ringing as you and your guests gather in the gardens outside for photographs. If it's raining, of course, then you're welcome to use the inside of the building as well. But on the whole, it's always sunny in Liverpool, so you can have your photographs outside with the bells ringing as a backdrop. Let's think now about music and flowers in our service. And we're going to think first about the music. It's so important that we animate your service with music that's special for you, that creates a sense of occasion and also helps us worship, because weddings take place within the context of worship in church. Now, you've already heard our organist at the beginning playing a famous bit of Wagner as you come in. You'll hear him at the end of this video playing some Mendelssohn, which you'll recognise as well. But many couples like to have recorded music as they come into church, as they go out of church, and that's all fine as well. Just discuss it with the priest who's taking your wedding. Get it down on your wedding checklist so that we've got that information. Most importantly, give us the music a few days in advance so that we can test the recording on our system. Recorded music is fine. Our organist Ian will also help you choose hymns. If you're having hymns, he'll help you choose other pieces of music. He can advise you about how to place the music, what sort of music would be appropriate, and he will also play during the service anything that you wish. So please do make contact with him directly to discuss your needs and make sure that the wedding reflects just what you want to create the day around you. Sometimes couples have other musicians come in as well, and that's fine. Again, just to talk to Ian about the details. We also have our choir, the St Nicholas Singers. We'll hear from them in just a moment. But again, many couples like to have the choir not just to lead singing in hymns, but also to sing anthems during the signing of the legal documents or at other points in the service. And when you come into church, the thing that your guests will notice first is the decoration, and flowers are at the heart of that. Our flower team is headed by Monica. You'll need to speak to her directly, and she can help you choose what sort of style you want, what colours you want, whether you want classic, whether you want contemporary, whether you want elegant. And she'll talk you through the different options that are available, from flowers and pedestals hanging on towers here around the altar, whether it's flowers on the walls and on the pillars, or whether you want a more simple approach, as many couples do these days, and have candles around the church in safe places. There are places where it works in this building, places where it doesn't work, but Monica can talk you through those details. I'm afraid we do have to ask that you do only use our flower team. We're often juggling a number of events at one time, but our flower team are the very best in the city, if not the northwest. So come along and talk to Monica about it. Sometimes there's more than one wedding taking place over one weekend, and Monica will coordinate the communication between couples so that you can share costs and also pool those resources to make the church look fantastic for your needs. She will work with you with her team of up to 9 people to make sure that the church looks fantastic. But you need to see what those floral arrangements can look like now, and also hear our choir. And so as we listen to St Nicholas Singers singing here in St Nick's, an anthem by John Rutter, let's also look at some of the floral displays that our flower team have put together in the past. Well, I hope that this short video has been useful for giving you a taste of what you need to know and what you'll see as part of your wedding day. We're here to help. The people you've seen in this video are all available to talk to you and to answer your questions. So come along, meet us in person, just grab us on a Sunday after the service, or get in touch with Jean in the office. Whatever happens as you plan your wedding, weddings are meant to be stressful to organise. We're here to make it easy for you and to make it enjoyable. And I hope that when the day comes, it is the happiest day of your life.